Hey, what's going on, guys? Benny Childs, founder of the Teach Me to Fish FX trading community, and I am back with another weekly market forecast, outlook, analysis, whatever you guys want to call it, for the major Forex pairs, as well as crypto, metals, energy, and the stock indexes or indices. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into it, guys. First thing I like to look at is with you guys is the news, high impact and medium impact news coming out for the week. Every day, I believe. Let's see, that's Monday, Tuesday, yep, Wednesday. Excuse me. Let's see, Thursday. And again for Friday, yep. So we got medium and high impact news coming out every day this week. So I like to look at it as there should be volume coming into the market, and so we should be able to get some trade setups. All right, that's the news. Next thing I am going to do is hop over to my fundamental charts. It's basically a recording of the COT reports that came out, and we're just going to take a look at the pair biases. All right, the dollar index pair bias is long, AUD USD is short, pound USD is short, USD CAD undecided but leaning to the short side, Euro USD short, USD JPY long, USD Swiss undecided but we're leaning to the short side, USD Mexican Peso undecided but we're leaning to the long side, NZD USD is short, Bitcoin USD is undecided but we're leaning to the short side, gold short, silver short, crude oil USO short, SPX 500 undecided but we're leaning to the long side, NAS 100 short, and US 30 short as well. All right, and guys, this pair bias is just simply what has the most long and short positions. Okay, that's simply how it is. And if a pair is undecided, meaning if the institutional bias or for that currency is long, as well as the US dollar institutional bias is long, that's basically undecided. All right, if they're both long, I take a look at the long column and see which one has the most long positions, and then based on where that is in comparison to the pair setup or the pair array, that is the side that I'm leaning towards. All right, all of that being said, guys, I'm a technical trader, so it's really gonna boil down to supply and demand. Okay, it's my entry confirmations for supply and demand. All right, so I pretty much do that just to show you guys that I am aware of the fundamentals as far as the COT report goes, and this is based off of the COT report that was released on August 30th, 2022. We don't get these until Friday of that week. It comes out every Tuesday, and the public doesn't get access to it until Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're already three days behind. So yeah, that's that. So that's really why I like to look at my technicals. All right, so starting with the dollar index, we are currently on an uptrend. We did have the respecting of this demand zone. It wasn't Friday, I think this was Thursday. We did have a respecting of this demand zone. All right, this supply, where is it? I think, yeah, it's this one. This supply was ran and price came back. So we're currently on an uptrend. So and we did get a nice respecting of this 4-hour demand. So we'll see if this holds up. All right, if we get a break of this high right here, then we may be looking for either this demand to allow us to push up higher, or maybe look at a higher 4-hour demand that was created to push up higher. All right, so that's that. Okay, but of course, if any of these, if this unmitigated demand, and I actually need to take this off because this has been mitigated, but if this unmitigated demand is taken out, then I would be looking for shorts instead of longs. Okay, AUD USD. All right, we are currently, on a downtrending leg. However, we did have a break of this supply and then a reaction to this demand, so we could be actually seeing this head higher. All right, we are sitting inside of institutional accumulation. All right, so it's very possible that we will see this pair go higher. But again, if we get a break of this unmitigated 4-hour demand, then we can pretty much say that the market has changed direction and it will go lower. But again, we just had a recent break of this supply here, a nice reaction to or a decent reaction to this demand. So from the onset, I would be looking for longs unless we get an unmitigated demand taken out, or a turncoat demand play, or if there is another 4-hour supply that we play off of as well. And in actuality, see, okay, yeah, that's not unmitigated. All right, moving along to pound USD. All right, we are currently on a downtrending leg. We are sitting inside of 4-hour demand. All right, when we got our reaction from this, we did come off or respect this 4-hour supply, which broke this low. So we are currently on a downtrend. So I will be looking for plays off of this supply, if we get it, or any developing supplies to take this to the downside. Now, if an unmitigated supply is broken, or a newly formed 4-hour demand is respected, then I'll be looking to take this to the upside. All right, moving on to USD CAD. We are currently in an uptrending leg. All right, we're sitting inside of 4-hour demand. We kind of came really close to fully mitigating or taking this demand out. We may end up seeing this actually trade lower to match the COT report. We did come off of this unmitigated 4-hour demand here recently. So right now, again, the demand is being respected. So I will be looking to take this long, unless we get a break of a demand and or a respecting of a newly formed 4-hour supply. Euro USD. All right, we're currently ranging. All right, but let's look in here and see what has been respected. Okay, we had a break of this demand. All right, this supply was respected. All right, it's already been mitigated. That's why I did not have it marked, but I'll mark it for your visual. All right, so we are currently on a downtrend. All right, currently supply, or I should say it like this, currently supply is in control. All right, it was created, it was respected. So I'll be looking to take this to the downside. So I'm going to want to see this low taken out, right, and see if I can get in off of a newly formed unmitigated 4-hour supply. Take a play off of that from the onset. Okay. All right, USD JPY. All right, we are currently on an uptrending leg, and I don't have enough data to really see what's up here. So we kind of gotta just play it by ear as our zones are created. Again, we are currently on an uptrending. I'll say this: demand is currently in control. All right, so I will want to see price come back into this demand to take this higher, or if we do get a break of this high. All right, if we do get a break of this high, I'll be looking for a possible play off of a newly formed 4-hour demand. Okay. USD Swiss. All right. Currently, demand is in. Let's see. Yep, demand is in control. All right. Currently, demand is in control. All right. So we'll be looking to take this higher. Now, we did have a failed break of this high, which means that this transitional supply was respected. So we could see this going further to the downside. We also saw this low taken out as well. But again, demand is currently in control. So I would want to, again, wait for an unmitigated demand to form to see if I can take a play off of that, or wait for a 4-hour unmitigated supply to be formed to see if I can take a play off of that. We're getting some really tight price action, so it's kind of hard. I shouldn't say it's hard, but we don't have a lot of unmitigated demand zones, but we certainly have the formation of demand being respected. All right, except for this one, which we really can't categorize it as a demand because it did not take out a high or a supply. Okay. All right, USD Mexican Peso. All right, we are currently, let's see what is in control right now. We're basically ranging. We did have this demand taken out, so supply is currently in control right now. So we'll probably just see a push through here. But again, I'm looking for a play off of an unmitigated 4-hour supply, or either a turncoat demand play. All right, to take this a little lower if we continue in having supply being in control. All right, NZD USD demand is currently in control here. Now we were on a downtrend where supply was in control. However, we did have supply taken out right here, okay, by this demand zone. So it has not been mitigated yet. So I would want to see price come in to here and get my entry confirmation to take this to the upside. All right, Bitcoin supply is currently in control. Okay, as of yet, none of these highs have been taken out. This supply up here, all right, it's been mitigated, but it is being respected. So supply is in control. I told you guys in an earlier video, I believe Bitcoin is going to go down to at least 12,000. And then, all right, we were trending up, respecting demand. All right, this demand got taken out here, so we are currently on a supply run. So guys, again, I think Bitcoin will eventually go down 12,000. Again, we are on a supply run, So I'm looking for either, just an unmitigated supply, looking for price to tap into that unmitigated supply so I can take this to the downside. Okay. Moving on to gold. All right. Moving on to gold. We currently have demand in control. I mean, we are on a downtrending leg, but we have this transitional supply, or you can look at it as we have this high that was broken by this demand. So from the onset, I want to see price come down into this unmitigated demand to take this to the upside. All right, moving on to gold. Same thing, silver. Same thing with silver. We had this high taken out here by this demand. So I want to see price to come back into this demand area, respect it, and allow us to take it to the upside. Now, if we get a reaction inside of this 4-hour supply, then of course I'll be looking to take this to the downside. But as of right now, I am looking to take silver long. Moving on to US oil, we had a little bit of a meltdown. US oil, we are currently, let me see, why did I mark this as demand? Let me see. Oh yeah, okay. This demand area, it did take out this high right here. All right. So we just had a quick change of power. Demand is currently in control. So we may have already gotten a entry confirmation, probably just a little late on that. So we could drop down to a lower time frame and look for some lower time frame demand to take it off of, or we could simply just wait for price to either form a newly unmitigated 4-hour demand and take it higher, or wait for price to come into supply to see if we can take it to the low side. Okay, but as of right now, demand is in control for US oil. All right, SPX 500. Demand is currently in control. We had this demand break this high. Okay, we did get a respecting of this supply, and I'm just saying that demand is in control because we did get a pullback or a decent reaction, or an okay rather reaction to this demand. So as of right now, demand is in control. However, if price does come out and break this low, be looking for this to be a possible 4-hour supply where we could see price come back and trade down. Now sometimes, guys, as you see, like, it does not come back to supply. All right, and so either you drop down to a lower time frame and you can trade off of the lower time frame supply and demand, or you just simply wait for either price to come back to that unmitigated supply and you trade it down, or you wait for a flip zone or a turncoat demand zone to trade off of it. Okay. All right, NAS 100. Same thing. Supply is currently in control. We had this demand break this high. Excuse me. Demand is currently in control. We had demand to break this high. All right. We failed to break through this supply right here, but we are back inside of demand. So we want to see if we can possibly take this to the upside. Unless this demand is broken, it could turn into a turncoat. But then we also have to think about the unmitigated 4-hour demands that are here. We may just see it push straight through this, because again, on my indexes, I am overall bearish because we have tons of institutional imbalance, as well as unmitigated demand, unmitigated institutional demand, So I am expecting for these guys to push this market further down, not by much, but further down before we see any new all-time highs. All right, moving on to US 30. Now US 30. Now here's the kicker. All right, you can pretty much look at US 30, NAS 100, and SPX 500 as a correlation. Okay, we had this demand, all right, take out this high, but then this demand was removed. So we are currently, right, supply is currently in control. So we will wait for a mitigation of this 4-hour demand if we get it, right? Tons of ways for us to get in it, guys, to get into this market. But we want to look for initially a mitigation of this unmitigated 4-hour supply to take this lower. Again, supply is in control. This demand was taken out. All the indices pretty much correlate. So even though SPX 500 is holding this demand as of right now, NAS 100, this demand is holding. US 30 has already shown us that this demand was taken out. All right, so we may want to look for shorts on these. All right, but I gave you guys an analysis. I always give you an analysis of what is currently shown on the chart. So that's why we got the long analysis on these. All right, but again, US 30 is already showing us that it wants to go lower. Okay, it's already showing us that it wants to go lower. So I'm looking on the onset to take a confirmation entry off of the mitigation of this unmitigated 4-hour supply. All right, to take this to the downside, and we'll see if these unmitigated 4-hour demands hold up, as well as this institutional accumulation zone. But again, guys, I'm expecting for these indices to go down further, because again, like I said, we have tons of unmitigated institutional accumulation, institutional demand. All right, so I'm expecting these markets to go even lower, guys. That is US 30. So guys, I hope that this video has been insightful and educational. If you're not a subscriber, please do me the honor of subscribing. Like the video or dislike the video based off of what it is you consider about the video, and comment below what pairs you'll be trading. Comment below what is on your watch list. Now, I typically stick to the SPX 500. Not really trading any Forex pairs. I may jump between the SPX 500, NAS 100, and the US 30. I think I may try a scalping strategy on gold and see how that works out this week. But yeah, my main thing, guys, is really SPX 500 and US 30. All right, kind of like the US 30, because to me it seems like it's a marrying of the slower movement of the SPX 500 and the faster movement of the NAS 100, and it just the spreads with the broker that I'm using are pretty much low on it. So I kind of play around with that, but my main baby is the SPX 500. All right, guys, again, I hope this video has been helpful. Always remember, if you stay in God, you will stay in control. And until next time, happy pip fishing. Bye-bye.